Buying guide for wedges. Wedges are the most adaptable clubs in a golfer's bag. Off the fairway, players use them for full swings, pitches, chips, and rescues from the sand and rough ground. Finding the perfect wedge may boost your scores more than that great new driver, which is counterintuitive to the thinking of most beginners. With the information in this video, you'll be up to date on the latest and best golf wedges for chipping in 2022 and better able to choose the right wedge for your needs. So, let's get right into it. Things to consider when looking for the best wedge for chipping. Gapping. You can determine whether you need to bring a dedicated chipping club by tracking how frequently you change clubs and how far you hit with your present wedge. Usually, a golfer would carry approximately 3 wedges in their bag, including a lob wedge, sand wedge, and pitching wedge. Bounce. You should use a high bounce wedge in the bunkers and on softer terrain while a low bounce on firm fairways and tight lies. Wedges typically have a bounce of between 0 and 18 degrees. Consider factors like your typical stance, the hardness of the fairways you play on, and the shots you prefer to make around the greens when deciding the sort of bounce to go with. Forgiveness. Every golfer can relate to the frustration of making a perfect drive down the fairway only to mess up your approach shot onto the green. It's not easy to consistently make good golf shots with a wedge from various angles, making it one of the most challenging clubs to use. However, you can save many strokes if you have a wedge with more shot forgiveness. You can become much more clinical around the greens with a more forgiving sand wedge, which is especially helpful if you are a novice or a high handicapper. For example, suppose you want to hit better, more consistent shots with your wedges. In that case, keep an eye out for clubs with cavity-backed heads, wedges with a lower MOI, and a center of gravity closer to the sole. Grooves. Even though grooves must now comply with strict regulations, it is still important to stay up to date with the newest designs. That's because grooves use innovative milling methods and groove shapes to shed water and dirt off the ball upon impact, resulting in more spin and better control. Testing. Before settling on a wedge, you must try a few different models during a professional club fitting. For example, wedge clubs can improve your performance differently depending on your swing and the surface you're playing on. Hence, it's crucial to experiment with different lofts, grinds, and bounce degrees until you find what works best. This is the complete buying guide on wedges. Like, subscribe and ring the notification bell for best reviews and information from Golfing is Best.